Ryan wasn't always like this. He used to dream, big dreams. When he was younger, he wanted to start his own company, help people, travel the world. But life, as it does for many, hit him hard. He failed in his first business. He lost friends who once promised to stay. And when his father died suddenly, something inside him broke. Days became weeks, weeks became months. He stopped reading, stopped exercising, stopped hoping. His alarm clock became his enemy. He would tell himself, "Tomorrow I'll start again." But tomorrow never came. Then one night, as he sat alone in his dark apartment, surrounded by empty coffee cups and unpaid bills, he whispered to himself, "I'm tired of being tired." That was the night everything changed, not because something magical happened, but because he made a choice. He found an old notebook lying under the bed. On the first page, in his own handwriting, were the words, "One day, I will become the man I'm proud of." He stared at it for a long time. Then he wrote a new sentence below it. "Tomorrow, I will wake up at 5 a.m." He didn't know why he chose that time. Maybe because he had heard somewhere that successful people wake up early. Maybe because he needed to start somewhere. The next morning, the alarm rang. His body screamed, "Sleep?" His mind whispered, "Just 5 more minutes." But his soul said, "Get up." He got up. He stood by the window, watching the sunrise for the first time in years. It was quiet, no traffic, no noise, just peace. He felt something he hadn't felt in a long time. Control? That was his first victory. The next few days were brutal. Every morning, the war began, not with the world, but inside him. His bed pulled him back. His excuses whispered louder. But he kept remembering that notebook and that single line, "I will become a man I'm proud of." He began small. He didn't try to fix everything at once. He just created a few simple habits. 1. Wake up at 5 a.m. 2. Drink water and stretch. 3. Read 10 pages of a book. 4. Write one line about gratitude. 5. Work on his dream for 1 hour. At first, it felt useless. No results, no magic, no miracles. But what he didn't realize was that change had already begun. Because success doesn't start with big steps. It starts with small ones, repeated daily. After a month, Ryan looked at himself in the mirror. He didn't see success. He saw effort. His eyes looked calmer. His posture was stronger. And for the first time, he smiled. Not because life got easier, but because he was no longer running from it. He started journaling about his mornings, how he felt, what he learned, what he planned. Those pages became his silent companion, reminding him that progress doesn't need applause. Then one day, while cleaning his desk, he found an old business idea written years ago, something he had once abandoned. His heart raced. He whispered, "Maybe it's time." He began working on it again, one tiny step at a time, every morning before work. No investors, no team, no motivation speeches, just discipline and a 5 a.m. promise. But life never rewards easily. After 6 months, he lost his job. His savings started vanishing. Doubts returned like ghosts whispering, "See, you'll never make it." For a week, he didn't wake up early. He felt like a failure again. Until one night, while scrolling on his phone, he saw a quote that said, "Winners and losers have the same goals. Only their habits make them different." He closed his eyes and thought, maybe God is testing me, not punishing me. Next morning, he woke up before the alarm. He returned to his notebook and wrote, "Even storms can't break a man who refuses to stop walking." He went back to work, not to a job, but to his dream. He designed his website, contacted small clients, offered free help just to learn and grow. Slowly, word spread. People started noticing his dedication. And one day, he got his first paying client. It wasn't a big deal for the world. But for him, it was proof that his habits were stronger than his past. Months turned into years. His small freelance project became a startup. His mornings became his power. He still woke up at 5 a.m., not because he had to, but because he wanted to. He read daily, exercised daily, planned his day with purpose. He realized that success is not a destination, it's a rhythm. He hired people, mentored them, and told everyone the same thing. Discipline will do for you what motivation never can. He wasn't chasing happiness anymore. He was creating it, one habit at a time. One evening, after a long day, Ryan received an email. His company was selected for a National Entrepreneurship Award. He laughed and cried at the same time, not because of the recognition, but because he remembered the man who once couldn't get out of bed. When he went to the award ceremony, he didn't talk about success or money. He simply said, "I didn't change my life in one day. I changed one day and repeated it every day." The audience stood up and clapped, but he didn't feel proud. He felt grateful. Later that night, Ryan sat alone on his balcony, watching the stars. He opened his notebook again, the same one where it all began. On the last page, he wrote, "Habits build destiny. Dreams are not reached by luck. They are built by repetition." He realized something powerful that night. Successful people are not born different. They just choose their habits carefully and protect them fiercely. They wake up early not to impress others, but to meet themselves. They read not to show off, but to grow quietly. They plan not because they fear failure, but because they respect time. And above all, they keep promises to themselves, especially when nobody's watching. Maybe you are listening to this right now, tired like Ryan once was. Maybe your dreams feel too far, your energy too low, your past too heavy. But remember, you don't have to change your whole life today. You just have to change one day. Wake up 1 hour earlier. Read 1 page more. Take 1 step forward. And repeat, because that's how mountains are moved, not in leaps, but in inches. That's how dreams are built, not overnight, but over time. Ryan's story isn't special. It's just proof that ordinary people become extraordinary when they choose discipline over doubt, consistency over comfort, and courage over excuses. So promise yourself today that no matter how heavy life feels, you'll keep showing up, because someday, years from now, you'll look back and realize that every small morning, every early rise, every silent victory built the life you once prayed for.